Welcome to my channel. Thank you for tuning in, and welcome back to let's call it part 3 to the wrist shots that I should have done in the beginning. So previous videos I've covered the steel dive and the Proxima wrist shots and on multiple straps and bracelets. Now we come to the Heimdallr 62mas homage. On this, I had a couple of questions regarding, because San Martin do a homage and so do obviously Heimdallr. And I've been asked what's better. Obviously, I can't really say because I've had the San Martin, but just on looks, I think the San Martin might be a better homage because it looks more like the actual 62mas. But for me, it has to be this just because of that sunburst oil and the little and the blue AR coating. You know, just again, just to mention again what I've already covered in the videos, these are solid watches, and it was because of these watches and primarily the Proxima, which is why I started the channel actually. It was just one of those things that, you know, I couldn't be the only one that knew about these, or, you know, if I just discovered them, other people need to know about them as well. You know, for what you're paying, you're getting a lot of watch, absolutely a lot of watch. And even just my recent videos, I've been reviewing the sort of the cheaper watches. You spend a little bit more, trust me. You know why you're spending that little bit more. You know, everything's just a lot better. And, you know, I've said this before, pound for pound, if you compare this to, I just showed my collection in the first one. I'll just give a quick glimpse again. Compare it to these. Obviously, take out the nostalgia and take out the, you know, whatever they mean to you in terms of the Seikos and you know what special place they hold in your heart. You'd get these over those any day of the week. You know, if I didn't know anything about watches and someone just explained to me, I'd get these Heimdallrs and steel dives literally all day over the Seikos that I've currently got. Don't get me wrong, I've got these Seikos obviously, and you know everyone knows about them. I've got them for, you know, because they have that little sort of background story or whatever with them, that slight bit of nostalgia with them. But as it goes, you can't knock these pieces at all. So yeah, I digress. Just moving back on point. Wrist shot. This watch, when you look at the listings on AliExpress and whatever, it looks a lot bigger than it actually is. It is actually around the 50 millimeters lug to lug mark, if I'm not mistaken. So again, I have mentioned 6.5 inch wrist, sits beautifully. It's got a slim-ish profile, so it sits really nice on the wrist. The only thing I would say, so like the steel dive and the Proxima, the bracelets are quite smooth. This is a touch edgy, if that makes sense. So if you have really sensitive skin, like here, it's got this, I don't know what it's like, it's sandblasted or something on the back, so it's kind of rough. So when you do take this on and off, it's not sharp. I'd call it edgy. So when you do put it on, take it on and off, it does give you a slight little, you can feel it, put it that way. Yeah. It's worth mentioning on this, when you do want to take the bracelet off, the lugs are drilled, and if you don't know, it's sort of a well, what do you call it, pin and collar system, sorry, but there's no collars, so it's literally a different kind of pin system. So if you look on this side, it's a smaller hole, and you look over here, that's bigger, right? You want to push on this end with the bracelet link removal tool, which looks something like this. Well, it's just cheap, a couple of quid, and on the other end as well. So you push on the opposite, and I'll show you what they look like when they come out. See, I can probably do it on camera. So we need to be on this side. Can't really do on camera. How did I do last time? Yeah, I think I just pushed it through with a normal tool like this. So it just takes a little push, and the pin comes out, and you can see this nailing on the top, and that obviously just stays in. I wouldn't advise you do too many bracelets or strap swaps. Don't make a regular thing, because that will then wear down, and then it's not going to fit anymore. So let's try silicone. I won't be trying that. I don't think that. Oh, hang on. Am I speaking too soon? I'll try them all. I will try that, because I know they do come with a silicone bracelet or a rubber strap as stock. So okay, let's try a few. Let's see how it looks. So on the silicone, you know what, it looks, yeah, it doesn't look odd. It looks quite nice. It does actually suit the watch. Let's try it on. Bang on, yeah. Comfortable. You know, trying all these straps, I am kind of starting to like the silicone look and the rubber look on the watches, and I might actually put different straps on. Plus the benefit is it does preserve your stainless steel straps, so if you do want to sell them on, or if you just like to keep them scratch free, just slap one of these on. Looks quite good actually on this. Let's try next one. Just a quick note on the actual stock bracelet. Same thing to, well, actually it applies to all of them, which is, well, except the Proxima, sorry. The same thing with the Steel Dive and the Heimdallr. The end link is convex, so it's curved, but it curves that way, so it's going to be quite difficult to get an aftermarket curved end link. You'll have to settle with the straight links if you want to put another bracelet on. So this is what it looks like on the leather. Obviously you got so many different varieties of leather straps. I think I'm using the same one that I showed in the other videos, so this sort of distressed looking vintage leather look. I think it looks quite good in that, because obviously it's a reissue of a much older model, the first ever diver, the 62mas that Seiko made. So I think it looks quite good. And it really shows you that, you know, when you just look at bracelets or leather straps, it's quite difficult to imagine what they look like. Because all these ones I'm trying, they're actually looking quite good. I'm trying to zoom in here, focus. But until you put them on, that's when you truly know. So you don't have to put back the original pins. When you do change it, you can, I'm just using your normal push pins. Nice. Let's try one more. I do have this canvas style, and it's what color is it? It's a brown with a ever so slight khaki look. I think that might look nice, so let's try that. Yeah, as I thought, does give you a different look. By the way, if I haven't mentioned already, they are all 20mm bracelet sizes, which is covered in the original video. So 1920mm will fit. There we go. Shot. Thing is with this, you see it's sitting quite funny. It's because it's a fresh strap. I haven't actually wore it, so as it needs time to sort of wear in, loosen up a bit. But there we go. What is happening with my autofocus today? It's better. I hope that's enough wrist shots for the people out there. Yeah, thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, and keep up your comments, guys. I think the comment section is really good. Surprisingly, I thought, you know, as you see the normal comments on YouTube, but it is quite constructive. Maybe that's just the watch community, how we are. And what I would like to say is I appreciate all the comments, and I'd say keep an open mind. You know, myself being a watch collector, I am quite new to the game, but I think what that means is I'm slightly more open-minded, so I don't have any sort of that snobbery around brands. So I try to find watches which I believe personally they are good. You know, the quality is good, they are robust, solid enough, and they can keep up with I can't say brands because I primarily collect Seikos, so let's just keep it at Seiko. And this is one of mine. And again, wrist size, I got a 6.5 inch wrist. This is quite a large watch. I think it's 40, I don't know, maybe 43 to 45, but it's all about how you wear it. You know, don't let your wrist size put you off buying watches that are slightly bigger. Obviously, if they're too big, then don't bother. But yep, subscribe, like, comment. Thank you for viewing. And yeah, keep an eye out for my collection. There's a series I've got alongside this. I've covered my quartz collection so far, which is the bottom drawer here. And I'll be moving on to the auto collection. So thank you and see you soon.